Coverdale Bible. The first book of Moses, called Genesis. What this book containeth. Chapter 47. Pharaoh giveth them the land of Goshen. The dearth is great in Egypt, etc. The 47th chapter. Then came Joseph, and told Pharaoh, and said, My father and my brethren, their small and great cattle, and all that they have, are come out of the land of Canaan, and behold, they are in the land of Goshen. And he took 5 of his brethren, and presented them unto Pharaoh. Then said Pharaoh unto his brethren, What is your occupation? They answered, Thy servants are keepers of cattle, we and our fathers also. And they said moreover unto Pharaoh, We are come to dwell with you in the land, for thy servants have no pasture for their cattle. So sore doth the dearth oppress the land of Canaan. Now therefore let thy servants dwell in the land of Goshen. Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Thy father and thy brethren are come unto thee. The land of Egypt is open before thee. Let them dwell in the best place of the land, and see that they dwell even in the land of Goshen. And if thou knowest that there be men of activity among them, make them rulers of my cattle. Joseph brought in Jacob his father also, and set him before Pharaoh. And Jacob thanked Pharaoh. But Pharaoh asked Jacob, How old art thou? Jacob said, The time of my pilgrimage is 130 years. Little and evil is the time of my pilgrimage, and attaineth not unto the time of my fathers in their pilgrimages. And Jacob thanked Pharaoh, and went out from him. So Joseph prepared dwellings for his father and his brethren, and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, even in the best place of the land, namely, in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh commanded. And he made provision for his father and his brethren, and all his father's house with bread, even as young children. There was no bread in all the land, for the dearth was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan were famished by the reason of the dearth. And Joseph brought together all the money that was found in Egypt and Canaan, for the corn that they bought, and he laid up all the money in Pharaoh's house. Now when money failed in the land of Egypt and Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph, and said, Give us bread. Why sufferest thou us to die before thee, because we are without money? Joseph said, Bring hither your cattle, so will I give you for your cattle, seeing ye are without money. Then brought they their cattle unto Joseph, and he gave them bread for their horses, sheep, oxen, and asses. So he fed them with bread that year, for all their cattle. When that year was ended, they came unto him the next year, and said unto him, We will not hide it from our Lord, that not only the money, but all the cattle also is spent unto our Lord, and there is nothing left more for our Lord, but only our body and our land. Wherefore sufferest thou both us to die, and our land? Take us and our land for bread, that we and our land may be bond unto Pharaoh. Give us seed, that we may live and not die, and that the land become not a wilderness. So Joseph took all the land of Egypt in for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his land, because the dearth was so mighty upon them. And so the land became Pharaoh's, with the people that went out and in at his cities, from one side of Egypt unto the other, except the priest's land, that took he not in. For it was ordained of Pharaoh for the priests, that they should eat that which was appointed them, which he gave them. Therefore they needed not to fill their lands. Therefore they needed not to sell their lands. Then said Joseph unto the people, Behold, I have taken possession of you and your land this day for Pharaoh. Behold, there have ye seed. Sow the land, and of the corn ye shall give the 5th part unto Pharaoh. 4 parts shall be yours, to sow the land for your sustenance, and for your houses and children. They said, Let us but live, and find grace before thee, our Lord. We will gladly be Pharaoh's servants. So Joseph made them a law unto this day over the Egyptians' land, to give Pharaoh the 5th part, except the priest's land, which was not bond unto Pharaoh. So Israel dwelt in Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and had it in possession, and grew and multiplied exceedingly. And Jacob lived 17 years in the land of Egypt, so that his whole age was 147 years. Now when the time came that Israel should die, he called Joseph his son, and said unto him, If I have found grace in thy sight, then lay thine hand under my thigh, that thou shalt show mercy and faithfulness upon me, and not bury me in Egypt, but I will lie by my fathers, and thou shalt carry me out of Egypt, and bury me in their burial. He said, I will do as thou hast said. But he said, Then swear unto me. And he sware unto him. Then Israel bowed himself toward the bedhead.